Mudi Balungami right there, and I just love this choir group right there from Chunga. I never knew that there are people that are so talented. I like the uniform as well, and everything, the step, the coordination, the melody in there. I think the choir master is right here, so he can explain it better. All right, let me start with Pastor George Manson. Pastor Moses Chan.
Are you just nicknaming me? I love his names. I might as well get them.
All right, true. You can talk later. Maybe can lend you for 1 year. Okay. All right. Just tell me. We know to say, like you said, there are a lot of things that determine us achieving whatever we may intend to achieve as we set our resolutions, targets, aims, and objectives. But I want us to look at the aspect of company, friendship, maybe even at family level, even at church level, our associations. How important is one to check the people that is mingling with?
It's extremely important. If you know where you are going, you don't have to gamble with who is around you. Our friends make us or break us.
Okay.
Starting with family, we are 10 of us, we are 12 of us, or maybe 8 of us. It's not everyone who will agree with you. If you know you have made a good resolution, a good plan for 2020, you are going to team up with only 1 or 2 among your own family members who have an encouraging word.
Okay.
Who are going to propel you to greatness. And at community level or at professional level, there are those people you know, these have no good words about what I want to do. I always give a reference to my friend, Dr. Chibesa Felix.
Okay.
Another one is Reverend Kalombo John. There are a lot of them. There is Bishop Siruamba in Kabwe. The list can go on in Zambia.
Are you telling
outside.
me you've cut this?
No. Okay. These are people that have been there.
Okay.
I am not ashamed to lay down my plans and just tell them, guys, this is what I'm looking at. They will tell you, this can't work. Boy, your strength is in this area. Do this, do this. And sometimes they,
doing what is called SWOT analysis.
Yes, sir. Let's help you to refine this. This you must do, and we will check you on it.
Okay.
When we were coming to plant the church, Pentecostal Assemblies of God, Healing Reigns Assembly, they were the people who were saying, look, what is the challenge? We'll help you start. Isakono, how much are you paying Kushani, Ukoku Marentos, Vavika Pama guys? Who will pray with you. These are people that have been there to help us stand.
All right.
So we are trying to say, surround yourselves with correct people. People around you will either break you or make you. Secondly, you also need to make sure that at a level, professional level, all of us have a particular profession. It's not everyone in your level, either bosses or some people at the same level or below you, who agree with you. You cannot afford to share everything to everyone. There are people you can tell things and there are people you cannot. Okay? They will just break you and it's going to affect the rest of the other 99 resolutions.
All right.
So find some people who are going to give you an encouragement and trust some people with some information around your life so that they help you achieve.
Pastor George, bad company corrupts good morals.
Yes.
What do you have to say?
It's very true what he has, said. And, maybe just before I tackle that particular one, the company that we are talking about, first of all, there is the big man himself, God.
Oh, yeah, true.
He should be the number one, person, because even the best friends that we may have, sometimes they will not be able to understand the seed that God has planted in us.
True.
When, God spoke to
sometimes
Abraham.
Even our spouses.
Exactly. When God spoke to Abraham in Genesis chapter 12, that I want you to leave this place. And, he had been living in Urim for about 70 years. Do you think that when he went to speak to his friends, this was a message that resonated with his friends? No. So there are times when even your best friends will not see what you are seeing. This is why it is important that God must be number one, because there are times when God will make you see something that no one else will be able to see, even among the best of your friends.
Sometimes, no matter how you may try to explain it.
Like the
No,
case
they
I have,
wouldn't.
when God speaks to Abraham and says, "I want you to take your child and
Sacrifice him,
yeah. Do you think even his wife
She couldn't have agreed.
No. So God has to be number one, and we need to be absolutely clear that God is in this thing.
Okay.
He is leading us. But talking about bad company, yes. For us, it's given those of us who are in the ministry, who are believers, we know how important it is to surround ourselves with, the good team.
Okay.
And, maybe for our young friends, our young people, because in this life there are basically 3 or 4 voices that speak to us.
Okay.
So there's your personal voice that speaks to you, to say, do this. There's the voice of society, peer pressure.
Oh, yeah.
You see, so that peer pressure is what creates commotion, especially among our young people. Even something that is not sensible, simply because everyone else is doing it, everyone else is on it. You also
want to follow
suit.
suit.
Yeah. So then there's the voice of Satan, obviously. So, but among all these voices, the voice that we must be keen to listen to is the voice of God.
All right.
We'll then be safe.
Man of God, I want you to help me.
Yes, sir.
You are all men of God, and you've alluded to the fact that it's just imperative to trim your company. Now, you tell me, how then are you going to preach the gospel? The other people would say, my mwamba kapatula, you want to associate to fellow bishops, men of God, but what about some of us who may probably not be, maybe, are there limits, or how do you choose who to trim, or maybe certain sections, certain people shouldn't have access? What do you make out?
Let me start with this. At our level as clergy, we love each other and we work together. We are all doing one thing. Each one of us uniquely gifted.
Okay.
He is a singer. I may not be a singer.
Okay.
I might be a preacher.
Okay.
Or a son of encouragement.
Okay.
But 1,000 of you cannot afford to be very close friends. You always pick out 2, 3 that are close with you.
Okay.
Not that you hate the rest, but they are not just close associates.
Okay.
So we are talking about close associates, those people that can help build your life and those that can help you see the light at the end of the tunnel. And coming to the society level, we love everybody, regardless of their state. In fact, those that may need more attention are the people that we give more attention. Okay? Those that may be labeled in society, maybe they are drunkards, they are prostitutes, they are criminals. Our hearts melt when we see them, and we want to bring them close. We want to preach the gospel.
Maybe
to
just
them.
in the same line, is it also possible that some people that we may deem prostitutes can have something very important to offer in terms of helping us achieve our resolutions?
Yes, they do. They are very gifted people. Yeah, the way God made us, you cannot just be a package of wrong things.
Okay.
We are an ingratiation of good things and bad things, including born-again Christians. There are those that are very good in one area and extremely
bad
in the other area, but they are born again. So it is the same even for those that may need Christ. The only thing empty there that is not needed, that is not there, is Christ. So if we give them Christ, then they become better people. So even those people, we go there, and there are a lot of things that you learn from them. You cannot deny them and you cannot deny you them.
Okay.
We need each other,
All right.
regardless. So as believers, we need to work together.
Pastor Mwansa, you tell me, a lot of people are struggling even now. We are probably saying, in all this thing you're talking about, you need to find the will of God. What is the will of God? And how do you get to find the will of God?
I like the words of, the words in Jeremiah 1, verses 4 and 5, where God says, it's actually Jeremiah. He says, the word of the Lord came to me saying, before I formed you
in your mother's womb,
I knew you. I set you apart, and I ordained you as a prophet to the nations. So when, each individual that comes into this world, God has a purpose for them. You know, one way to know that this is so is simply by looking at the fingerprints. It doesn't matter how many billions or trillions of people God, you know, will create. You know, every single person has unique fingerprints. Meaning that, you know, when I come into this life, if I were to go, I cannot be replaced. I cannot even be duplicated. That is how important I am. But now, notice, even for Jeremiah to know God's purpose for his life, it took, you know, something, a relationship. Without a proper relationship with God, you will not be able to know the reason why God put you here. This is the reason why now it becomes important for us as believers to heed the words of Christ in Matthew 28, 18 to 20, when he speaks of, you know, go make disciples. God wants people to begin thinking like him, to begin, you know, doing things the way he understands things that should be done.
Moreover, we have the mind of Christ.
Yes, exactly. So this is very, very important. If Christ is not there, you will not find, you know, your real purpose in life. And as long as you don't find that real purpose, you will not live a fulfilled life.
Right.
That's why it is important for all of us, you know, to take the good news. Because then when people have become, you know, a part of God's family, God will speak to them. He will tell them, okay, the reason why I put you here is ABCD.
All right. Let's, as we wrap up, let's look at how probably imperative it is as a nation to have our own resolutions as well. And probably as a nation, I know your voice can be heard from here. What probably some of the things that you'd want maybe to see us as a nation working towards?
I want to re-echo what I started with. I think it's important to consider a change of mind. You cannot hit new ground using the same old wrong ways. If you want to reach a particular destiny, you have to go to the particular direction,
Okay.
and then you have to walk on the correct path or road. In this regard, one who wants to develop or achieve needs to consider change of what? Change of mind. There is nothing as powerful as a changed mind.
Be ye transformed.
We need to be
By
transformed.
the renewing of your mind.
Romans 12. And if we consider that as an important aspect, whether we are at household level, at church level, at national level, or international level, we are going to achieve, we are going to reach a high. You see, we are going to flow in tandem with the national agenda. The head of state, His Excellency Edgar Chagwa Lungu, has been trying to throw us as a country in one particular direction. Each ministry is aligned to do things according to the national agenda. If we don't consider ourselves to change our minds, okay. So we have to consider change of minds. For example, natumwana ati limwemfula ile shu papa yaliko kulokuisa iliyaisa na ileta floods. So what are we supposed to do? Chiramoneka kwa tinakalimu kuli menyanje chakosa.
Okay.
Katutampi okuli matute. Pantu tute na ngwimfula taiweme we still harvest. Efo abena ngumbuta bachulira kulya kumwezi kuli.
Okay.
Imona limone linali kulundazi but tampo okuli matute. That's very good.
Okay.
Changed mind. So the resolutions that we are to make starts with a changed mind.
Okay.
What I want to appeal to the nation of Zambia and to the international communities, whatever we want to do at personal level, at household level, it starts with that. The power of changed mind that must be enhanced.
Man of God.
For me, and I appreciate, that, but on top of what he has said, how critical it is that we as Zambians begin to learn to think. Because I can tell you, our country is a country that is blessed with, abundant resources. Can somebody explain to me how a country like ours, with the water we have, with the land we have, with the minerals we have, can be one of the poorest countries of the world? You see, if you were to bring white people to this country without money, you just bring them without anything, just human beings, put them in this country, they will be able to transform this country. Why? Because of thinking. If we iringita tutontonkanya, this is the reason why if you're tuchita, you know, if you're tuchita fyonsefe tatutontonkanya. Wanapelenga mwaroreke shechi puna tuikere po suti mfwele microphone camera fyonse fyaleterwe n'abasungu but abasungu
nemba weshine
kutontonkanya. For us abasungu singa bafika balaseka nokuseka. One friend of mine, you know, maybe let me wrap it this way.
No, I think what you're saying is very important as well.
One friend of mine says when they went to Lake Bangwew, yeah, so the white guy said to my friend, "What do you see here?" The guy says, "Oh, I see water." He repeated the question, "What are you seeing here?" The guy says, "Yeah, I'm seeing water." Then the white guy says, "That's a problem. Because for me here, I can see boat cruises. I can see so much. I can see an industry here. But if we're in Africa, tuwe monafia menji. Tuwe monafia chalo. Tuwe monafia mpili. Tuwe monafia, you know. Because we lack capacity ya kutontonkanya. We must be thinkers. We really have to develop the art of thinking. What has created the poverty, mindset?
What has even created this lagging in terms of mental?
If we're to
I think just try and answer that one. We may be compounded in this, not that Tontonkanya, but Tontonkanya. Okay,
we are unique in our own way.
What has compounded into this? I think there were structural and traditional agreements or maybe systems that needs to be challenged. Because I think where he is right, Pastor Pakulan, that Tontonkanya is actually trying to say we are not confronting the contemporary with what we are supposed to birth out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we are still using the using the same old ways. We need to agree kutira turi mu 2020. And we also need to learn that society has dynamics. We have a lot of challenges, social, economical, and political nature. They are not vexed in one man. Of course, systems are there. We need to support the people that are in charge of systems. Within the systems, there are technocrats, whom we also need to rally behind. These people are there, trust me. Zambia has everybody.
Okay.
But the challenge is, if we konkamo, and we don't implement, because people to formulate policy may be there. Implementers are us at the grassroots.
Okay.
So, one example I gave you, if you come to Apitamo, okay, imwe kumwenu imwe mwalitemwa okubomfya amataba ne infulanga takuli era mwatampokola anda tiba DM mmyu ifa kumwesu nangu infula takuli tulali makalundo ayini bamwanzi nomba nacho banna mwana musambirira konomba although muitatute yawo mafiri abantu kola itatute ati chinango imo tute mungara itati chinango. What is your problem?
Ichiba mamle namba de chiba
mukafa kunzala mlete fya kuli ati chinango. So the truth is we need to learn new tactics according to the times at which we are. The Bible says in Katushiri Mboni.
Maybe we also need to change our parables. Because there's a parable that goes each piango chaka de chila pianga bwino makona. So we want to use the same odd system in two.
Psalms 90 verse 12 says, "Teach us to number our days aright, that we may gain a heart of wisdom."
All right.
Echo ndemo napo chakutila tufire tulepende nshiku bwino. Na tuya tule ku life. You don't expect a person at my age ukula chitefintu misango yakale yabwaiche.
Right.
Nangu nalini kanye musango umbi kutuafuma. I need to own up okutila imyaka yapita nangula. And I need to change my ways of doing things. Nangu ubembuka. Tufira tule sana ko.
Okay, tule mbuka ko bwino.
Tule mbuka ko bwino atwashi wachao natukola nomba. The same old tricks.
I think
mfia museva nyavye keka.
Mukanembe
kasira basi.
Then mwakabike kunta spirit variation kakame mbuko.
This man He has forced me to say what he wanted me to say.
All right. In your closing remarks, what can you say? How would you wrap up this conversation?
Well, we need to take
Under a minute.
We need to take advantage of a new year. There's a psychological thing about a year that begins.
Yes.
It helps us to forget the past, and it gives us motivation to form new resolutions. And I think for me, since this is the beginning of the year, with that psychological push, we should be able to make new resolutions.
Wow.
And with the help of God, we will succeed.
Amen.
If he's on our side, who can be against us? We are more than conquerors in him.
Exactly.
All right. So I won't ask you to do closing remarks. I want you to look in the camera and say a prayer in Nyanja. And say a minute.
Pastor, not in Nyanja.
I said Nyanja. I'm the driver
The
here.
only Nyanja I can speak is Mulibwanji.
You say a prayer, Mlibwanji. In Nyanja. Why should you be stingy?
Muchitundu chena hiyo.
Pano ne ulipo.
Koma sentana na chichibemba nala pepa bwino muchibemba.
So nishi mwankunga chabasha.
Iyo turala na ichishinka.
Okay, other than ichibemba mutundu nchumbi, ruli nchumbi
Au tapawa vina muchimo chibemba.
Okay. Ndeba pera umwe.
Chisungu techitundu.
Ndeba pera umwe.
Kilangwe.
Ndeba pera umwe. Teti mube aba kusampya.
China ngumbo.
Ero nomba mwape mlelanda ve chitundu chimwe. Tie ndurande china ngumbo.
China ngumbo. Katupepe mkwai. Kabumba lesa mulopo twatotera pafe mwaba, twatotera na pakutupela inshita pakutila tuingesa pabunkolanya n'okulanda pabutantiko bwa mwaka kila umona umo twasose palo kuli bonsa baletamba n'okumfa kuli no program kutila mwala twafwa ukutampa chipya na imwe nielo fimo fyale kanga imyaka yafumako twafweni ukutampa chipya mu maka yenu mupashi wako alesa tutungululeni pale ni bonse no uteko na bonse abaletu bombela ama ministers bakateka ero na bonse aba batungirira okutila amaka yenu mwelesa yalalangwa mu kino kyesu kya Zambia mwelesa tupale ndeke nemfula ibe bwino no bulobololo bube bwino kumaka yenu mwemfumu Yesu Kristo alomba nokutasha amen
amen nomba na munyunya ape pandi chimwa pepa chibe mbabe chimo chini
awe cha kumwesa chini turabika mofya ati alale
nomba tamlikire mwalale
alale
Kosa yachiba necessary.
yachiba necessary
kwanga machimekire
pastor.
so chaba chibe mba
Apa ngachachiba okweba alali man. Now you church very quiet because the church quite a place we
awe na mfa bashikofu ngwa. All right, so there you have it. This has been Faith Avenue right here with your brother Minster Cage. Today I've been very much excited to have discussed this important topic of making resolutions, especially in this year 2020. We pray that you continue being resolute and stand on what you have just set aside to run with. The Bible speaks of writing down your vision and run with it, or presenting it before God, and it shall prosper. Until you see us again, shalom, shalom.